From the UK to the US to Canada, this is what the culture's been talking about. This is the Tiye Noelle Show. Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome back to the Tiye Noelle Show. The aunties are mad about that spinach shit. The aunties are mad and they're coming for our girl. World Cup is over. Well, not over, but it's over here. Many more games to go. And what else is going on? The dumbest rapper alive. The video proof is out, and he is a bigger fool than we realized. Let's get into hot topics. So we're just gonna get this out of the way because nobody really cares too tough, but then a lot of people care. Did you almost throw up? Because I kind of also gagged just putting this on the list, but I did kind of want to talk about it because Taylor Swift and what's his name again? Travis Kelce. They even put something like married, just got married, but the TTs on the just. That was their like little like official emblem thing, was TNT. Anyway, they got married on July 3rd in Madison Square Gardens. They locked down majority of New York to have this skeptical of a show. 200 guests apparently. There's not been any like photos releases of like what's been going on with the wedding. They really did keep it hush, but it's been the talk of the town. Mondani spoke about it. Everyone's meant to be really happy about it. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. She apparently had some of her guests were like tech billionaires and like all of these people that was like one guy is part of like not the reform but like this US reform, like some known racists and blood diamond owners and all these people in attendance at her thing. And I just think, I don't know, something about Taylor Swift like just doesn't sit right with my spirit. If we go by the idea of there being no ethical billionaires, she too is a billionaire. So I don't know. Something about her just doesn't sit right with me, you know? Everyone says that she's so sweet and so innocent and all this kind of stuff, but she don't get called a slut by having had many men, which I don't think she should, but just saying. And then she's there flying her private jet back and forth, but no one's coming to her. So where's the Greenpeace people coming, talking about her? Nowhere to be found. I don't know. Something about her just, I don't know if it's the privilege of it all, but like I don't know, they just love her so much they almost rubs me the wrong way. But they got married. It's cute. She's been, writing all these love songs for years and heartbreak songs for years. She's now met her Prince Charming
and a football player,
and he's a football player. That's very all American girl.
But when we do,
oh, we're whores. But at the end of the day, she makes more money than him.
Not even just whores, but like, what do you expect? Marrying an athlete.
Yeah, he's obviously going to tune you, but they don't say that stuff, but that's only us. And to be fair, that's our community, so we have no one to blame by ourselves, let's be real. But for most people, this is, the gold standard. This is the American dream. So yeah, shout out to Taylor Swift, I guess. So yeah, I think for all American girl standards, they're cute. And I think he's really sweet. His family seems really nice. I love the little podcast that he does with his older brother. Cute. So yeah, shout out to Taylor Swift, girl. Get your man. Get married, have babies, buy picket fence and all. Next, okay, so this is the aunties I was talking about. So India, Arie. Okay, so the conversation has been about what is the song for the summer, and everyone's saying that it's Miami, Young Miami, Spend That Shit, which, yeah, it is. It is. But India Arie came in and said, basically what I feel like she's been saying for years and years, which I think is very on brand for India Arie, that she feels like this is not the type of music that we should be promoting in the Black community. She said basically that she sees that this is where we are right now as a people. She doesn't agree. That's all Auntie said. Do you know what I mean? Like, she didn't, it's not nice to hear, but it's not that deep. But everybody, because obviously the song's about boosters and scammers and tricking and all that kind of stuff. And this is also not the first time that she's called out any artist. She's called out Megan Thee Stallion before, Janae Monáe, about their performances at ESSA Festival, shaking ass and all that kind of stuff. She's been pro-Black, clean Black, respectable Blacks for a very long time. So this is not the first time she's looked down on the ghetto girls. It's not. Anyway, so she wasn't only condemning the lyrics, but she was also saying that she just thinks that this is a cultural shift of where we are. Other people then came to Young Miami's defense. Uncle Lou came out, Trick Daddy came out. Trick Daddy said, "This is why you jealous old auntie, jealous old bitches." He said, "That's why I don't fuck with them." As if India Arie was to fuck Trick Daddy. Anyway, they were saying that she was saying that she wanted
having a man defend you and his name is Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy.
It just
and
doesn't
Uncle
help.
Lou, again, skinning out and all that.
It just doesn't help though.
It doesn't help, especially a Trick Daddy. And for him to turn around and make it seem like they're jealous, I don't think it's that they're jealous of Young Miami's success. It's just not what they deem acceptable for Black people.
It's not what they want to see in the world.
It's not what they want to see in the world. And I'm sorry, but like, that's all aunties. Even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, all the old people were like, "Oh, the Black music of today is sending our kids down the wrong path." It's been that conversation for decades at this point. Of course she's going to get to this age, and she kind of been on this. She never was going to agree to this lifestyle. So I don't understand as to why people are going on in comments and on social media talking down on this woman and expecting her to say anything else. It's like when Monique was saying that she don't want the girls wearing bonnets outside, everyone was like, "Oh my God, like, what do you think this is?" Aunties and our grandparents and our elders, we wanted us to be prim and proper when we went out and showcased ourselves in the community or other communities. They do not want us on social media shaking ass, talking about scamming, tricking, and all that kind of stuff. They never stood by it before. I don't think this has got anything to do with Miami other than it's got to do with the message.
Plus, like a hit dog is gonna holler, right? They want,
and they barking, girl.
Yeah, they want the permission to enjoy that music, and they don't want to be guilted or attacked for it.
Yeah.
So that's why they're coming to her defense, because they know this summer they're going to be in the club shaking ass to that song.
Yeah, and they feel some type of way about it. My thing is, she can have an opinion.
Yeah, she can.
Her opinion is not fact. Her opinion is not fact. It's just her opinion.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to respect or like her opinion, but I do think you need to respect her elders. And I'm sorry, reading them comments, I've realized we have fallen as a community. There was one thing that I felt like we could say that we were different to other communities, is that we could say we had respect for our elders. We do not have respect for our elders. To call her a jealous bitch.
And plus, crazy. I think that a lot of the consumers of Young Miami, they might not be even aware of who India Arie is.
They have no respect.
And her, like, history of songs. Like, they don't know her bangers. Like, maybe they've, in theory, maybe recognize it, but I don't think they know enough to respect her.
She has been fighting colorism, texturism, featureism,
all
the isms for our community for decades, poured into us. Yeah. She is the reason why our Black mums feel good about themselves. Yeah. And then you have the cheek to come here to what she's jealous.
She's not saying anything new. And
she's not.
And one thing,
she's really not.
If we pull up the archives, she was probably saying it about her generation too.
She was saying it as well. Exactly.
She was saying it back then, maybe about the Foxy Browns and the Kim.
She said it then too. And
it's
again,
the same thing.
Even to 3 years ago, she said it about Megan Thee Stallion and she said it about Janelle Monáe. So this is not the only time. I just feel like everyone wants to cape for Young Miami, and I get it. She left City Girls. She hasn't been doing well. This is her time. She's having a great run right now. It's number one. It's doing well. We all want to support Young Miami because she deserves it 100%. But let's not act like this is a surprise coming from someone's auntie.
Plus, I don't think this is the worst song in this genre.
Yeah, it's definitely not the worst song. I think it's just because everyone is talking about it being the song of the summer. I do think as well, like, there are so many different men that like say or rap or sing way worse songs.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, it's just like the men of that generation are not speaking on it. So, so she's not going to speak on what the men are doing, but she's going to speak on what the women are doing. And she's, like I said, I think she's been very fair amongst others because she's spoken about others too.
Song of the Summer has to be something you could play in the club. Like, as much as I love India Arie, I don't really listen to Young Miami much. I'm not gonna listen to indie Arie in the club. Like,
which is true, and I
strip
think
club music is for the strip club. It's like that kind of
fair.
equivalent.
I think it's just because, you know, if you look on social media, there's little kids singing it. Everyone's singing it now.
It's true, but is that a genre thing or is that a parent thing?
That's a parent thing, but I just think that's what her issue has always been.
Yeah.
And again, it's not just Miami.
Yeah.
It's not just in this moment. It's been for generation to come. For her, mainstream Black music, Black experience, Black beauty is seen in the eyes of this spendness kind of mindset, like view, and not in the what she's been promoting for this long.
But there are scamming us niggas, and that's who she's talking to.
Well,
she's not talking to everybody.
Well, yeah, there's the conversation about whether or not music perpetuates things and makes people, you know, more likely to, you know, influence them to blah blah blah.
Any of the boys are gonna start scamming now, so they can get a baddie.
Well, maybe, but I think they were already doing it. Let's be real. But then there have been.
I mean, our boys.
I saw a video of some girl like singing it where she's like robbed these bags, and then she got arrested because she put it on the internet. Crazy.
Do you know when I thought that we really hit rock bottom? My booty hole brown.
Well, that's what everyone's. A few people were saying that. So they were like, you didn't say anything about Sexy Red, but you're saying it about this.
I thought we could. I was like, we let this run. We're cooked. Yeah, like, we are actually cooked.
That was the conversation.
It's not even sexy. Like,
Sexy Red is worse than a Young Miami, but you didn't say first Sexy Red.
There was nothing necessary about that part.
That's what people were saying. But what they also misconstrued is they said that she wanted to boycott the song. It wasn't her. It was Nikki Gilbert that said that it should be boycotted and that they shouldn't allow it to be entered for nominations for the Grammys, and I don't think that's fair. I think that's a bit.
There's a lane for everything.
There's a lane for everything. So yeah, I disagree. I understand where Auntie's coming from because this is very Auntie take.
Yeah, but I think the internet perpetuates the.
Yeah, makes it things bigger. And I think she can come online and say her opinion, and it could have been left at that. But when the blogs pick it up, and it now gets in the shade room, and everyone's in the comments saying what they're saying,
and people don't do their
critical thinking. Diligence. I just think it's just sad that when we can just be out here talking at our necks about these old people like this. Yeah. These are some of our legends, and you're in there calling her a nasty, jealous bitch as if she is not the India Arie. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, like, what are you talking about? This ain't just some random singer.
Yeah.
No respect. Anyway, next. Quick little chat. So last week we spoke about Lizzo and the fact that her album did terribly, didn't even hit I think 3,000 downloads in the first week or whatever it was. Sad. So she's been on social media talking about how hard this time has been for her, very difficult for her. She shouted out SZA for being there for her and, like, you know, calling her and all that kind of stuff. In the midst of all of this, her song, It's About Damn Time, in a minute, I'm ironic, sentimental, in a minute to wake me up, which I love that song, just hit 1 billion streams on Spotify, right?
It's about damn time.
It's about damn time. And I think she was just basically saying that made her remember who the fuck she was, basically. Like, it's a bad moment for now. She's not in favor for now, but she can't forget that she was that bitch just only 4 years ago. And now hitting billions of streams. I think it's already platinum anyway, but I don't know if it's billions of streams or just Spotify alone. So, like, I just feel like, shout out to Lizzo. Like, I know it's a really sad time for her. But yeah, she needs to remember her worth. And I think she needs to get back in her old bag. The music that she's making now is not the same feel-good music. In more of like a arena global sense, I think when people started to question whether or not she was a rapper and if she was like making music for the Black community, and everyone was saying that most of her fans are like white girls and stuff like that, then she tried to like shift her music, I think, to more of an urban sound, to rap more, to show that she has bars like all the rap girlies. I think that's where it went wrong. You are not a Young Miami. You are not a Megan Thee Stallion. You are a Doja Cat. You are a Lauryn Hill. You are beyond this kind of real rap raw like vibe. You're not that, and it's fine. So make your singing songs, rap about it, sing, use your flute, and shake your ass with the big girls. But don't try and put yourself in this and try and get favor from this community, girl.
It's a journey that she's on.
It's a journey that she's on. Yeah. It is. But yeah, shout out to Lizzo. I do love her. Okay, so Chris Brown is on tour, we know, for the R&B Legends or R&B tour with Usher. Now Tank's been added. So it's not just Mario and Eric Bellinger. Tank is on there. And you know Tank don't play about Chris Brown, honey. So he is on there singing up, do wap wap whopping, sounding amazing, looking great. There's actually a video of him.
This is a fan?
This is a fan.
I thought it was one of the dancers.
No, girl, this is the fan. This is what I'm saying. So anyway, let's get into this for real. Chris Brown is on tour doing what he does. When Take You Down comes on, he always brings these girls in. We saw it in last tour, and he had like what's her name? Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla on it. Now he's bringing all these other fans, still doing the same thing, and it's just freaked out. Like he's doing look at his back shot.
This is a fan.
This is a fan.
I thought it was a dancer.
No, this is a fan. And he's like making out with them, kissing up on them, slapping booty, doing all this shit. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot, baby. He also kissed another woman. He kissed another fan, and she was married. And everyone's in uproar because she's married. And she's just like, well, my husband understands. I mean, your husband would have to understand, because let's be real here. Like, this is Chris Brown.
Crazy.
But this is a fan, girl. He just was yesterday with another fan, and he ripped her red little lace thing. I was bad that he ripped it. She looked
like this part is
she looked good though.
Fine, cute, but the bed part, you know that she's not gonna get away with it. Like, oh, just a fun time.
Oh no, they're crucifying her in the comments, saying that she's a fast whore and all sorts of things. He's there licking these girls up all up and down the place, ripping their clothes, throwing them on the bed, making out with them. You know.
And why did they have to go and find her social media, like,
and put her up there like that?
Mm-hmm. You might
because she's the influencer, isn't it? That's why they want to be able to put a face to the name. But yeah, Chris Brown boy, honey, I know this is your game, honey, but it's really freaked out. Mind you, don't you have a girlfriend?
He has a baby mom.
He has many baby moms. I should put up the thing here, the chart here. He's got many baby moms. One of them, by the way, he was in her comments the other day and posted a whale, and she was like, "Stop harassing me," because she's like a picture of her laid out on the beach, and he posted just like a whale.
Wow.
And she was like, "Stop fucking harassing me." He is tapped, can't lie. He's tapped. He's tapped.
Oh, this was one of the hardest breakups I ever had. Was with Chris Brown.
No, honestly, because I really want to go to tour, and I went and saw him last year. Where was it last year? The year before? But I'm not gonna lie. Every time I start to like him again, he does stuff online, and I'm just like, this is the reason why.
He never stopped doing stuff online. I can't go to.
He does too much.
I can't put money in his pocket.
No, I hear it. I'm starting to look at him sideways again. Anyways, next, Chris Brown. Oh, Lil Uzi Vert. Something about Lil Uzi.
His eyes.
What was you gonna say?
Sorry, what was you gonna say?
I was gonna say it really melts my heart.
His eyes.
He looks like a baby.
He's just got really soft,
sweet eyes, almost like the little kitten from Shrek.
Yeah,
Puss in Boots. There's just something about him, like, and because he's so tiny as well, but he's so creative and smart and just all the things. But he's not like cool enough that people like. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just in his own little lane. Anyway, so we know that. Well, I don't know if some people know that he has been dealing with addiction issues, like a lot of issues, right? So he was going to therapy treatment, like a rehab treatment, outpatient. So he's going to do his therapy sessions. This
like a good man,
like a man trying to fix his life and be on the straight and narrow to be a strong, good black man for himself and for JT. Do you know what I mean? So he's doing his sessions, and this lady records the clips, sends it to her nephew, I guess finding out that she is doing sessions with Lil Uzi. The nephew then sends it out, and it ends up going on online. Idiot. So now, obviously, he's suing the lady and suing the facility. Absolutely. And I hope he takes off all they can and they close down, because I don't think it's safe for anyone to be there. If you're that thirsty for attention, I don't even know if we can trust you with any of your clients' I will say like personal and sensitive information, because you're taking videos of Lil Uzi and sending it to your nephews, but who's to say you're not having conversations with your friends and family about anybody else's business?
Yeah,
because you're sloppy, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the fact that it one leaked online, so people knew that he was even going through this treatment. This is something he's trying to do in his personal life. But then also now, because this lady is now, putting it out, it's really sad. So well,
diabolical.
It's diabolical.
I
honestly.
just feel like, who's even worse? Because I don't know if she has bad intentions from the jump, but maybe her nephew was a big fan, and it's like, look, who's your fave? And then I just don't know why he felt the need to also share that publicly.
No, she's worse. Because she took the oath.
Yeah.
She could have asked for a picture with him after the fact. She could have even when just told her nephew that it happened. She could have also maybe snapped a pic. I don't know, but it didn't have to be a video with him in session.
Yeah, of course, that's really terrible.
That's beyond disrespectful.
But you send it to one person who you don't think is gonna.
Well, she was dumb.
Yeah, she was dumb, and he was also dumb.
Yeah, he's not smart, but
because obviously that was gonna trace back to her.
Right, mind you, you're gonna send it to your friends, and then this is revenge porn all over again. You know when these little boys were like, I'm gonna send it to my one friend, and it goes all around the whole school.
Everyone gets.
Do you know what I mean? Like you get. So I just don't know what he was thinking, but also he's a child. And she's a grown adult in this situation, in a job where she is the person with power and privilege. She is also the person who's under oath.
It's really bad.
Fuck that bitch. So I hope she loses her job.
Oh, she definitely will.
She's definitely gonna lose her job. Yeah. So
Gucci.
Next. Pooh Shiesty is actually the dumbest rapper ever in life. We've already had a conversation. If you don't know, we're just gonna quick recap. Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 label, right? He was just in jail like at the beginning of the year, got released, put out a song on the label. He doesn't no longer want to be under Gucci's label, and guess what he does? He takes himself with his daddy and his friends while on tag to Gucci's office to then threaten him to be removed from the label because he felt like the contract was unfair, which if it's unfair, fair. You have a right to not be happy with your contract. But he does this and records it. And records it. So when all of this stuff happened and he got arrested based on this situation, right? We saw the video clips of them running into the office. But we were aware that there was this video, but it didn't drop. So now it has dropped online. Let's take a look at this foolish boy.
Oh, what shit? You dropped this dumb bitch. Bro, let them know it's a done deal. Bro, it's a done deal, bro. Let them know you dropping me. I drop you. No, say it. Who should actually drop from 1017? Shout out to real nigga. Ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on. Bro, we just did that. That's done. What you do? You drop. You said you want to be dropped. You drop. You signed the paper. I signed the paper. It's done.
Idiot. Mind you, that is not enough. You are still under contract. You freaking idiot. You've got your friend there with that gun. You're there with your face in the camera. Where did you think that this is? Like, I don't know if you thought that you were recording this for proof. For what? I don't get it. He signed like what was like? It wasn't gonna be like a notary like kind of thing, and this was gonna help.
There was witnesses.
There was witnesses. Like, I don't get what you thought this was gonna do. This was the dumbest thing you could have ever done, because now it proves that he signed it under duress. Before you could have signed it, he could have done it. You could have done your word against his. You could have said that you had witnesses and they said that he signed it for free and blah, blah, blah. But you wanted to record him saying like, yeah, tell them, yeah, he's now been dropped. He's now been released. But then you're like, oh, sign the paper. He's like, I did sign the paper. All you needed was the paper signed. You didn't need the video of him saying that the paper was signed. And you didn't need to have this fucking idiot pan in the room, showing the guns. Who pans the room and shows the guns?
The urge to record everything.
It's crazy. Mind you, you're already on tag, so the police knew you were there. But now, if anything was up in arms or in question, they now have video proof that you made to prove that you are the dumb that we thought that you were.
With
even
metadata.
More. Literally.
Map location.
No, literally.
Date and time.
Everything. Time stamped. Now we've got eyes in the room. What an idiot. Like, what an actual idiot. Pooh Shiesty, I can't believe it. But you know what? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And the fact that your dad, who apparently is some gangster person too, that's like known in Memphis and all this kind of stuff, recommended that you do this and went with you there, you didn't have a chance, baby, because this is who was raising you. This is who was leading you. You had no chance, because any real dad would have went and did that himself and left you at home.
I forgot that dad was there.
The dad was there.
I forgot. I just forgot.
How like ridiculous. Anyway, goodbye. Oh, Love Island US. Have you watching? We was gonna do a whole fucking session about this, but I just haven't had the time. I've been outside, girl. So, movie night happened.
We talked about that last week.
Did we talk about movie night?
Yeah, we talked about.
Did we talk about all of it?
TT and Trinity and Casey, and we talked about a bunch of other stuff too.
We talked about. I don't know if we talked about movie night.
Not in length, but it was from that night.
Because what everyone was saying on movie night, and the reason why I was like, I went to bring up movie night is because before we was like, oh, we don't think that Casey was being disrespectful, right? Well, maybe that was me and Ken. But I was like, he did apologize for being disrespectful, and obviously seeing everything wrapped up in a bow in its entirety. Everyone's just like, see, he was disrespectful. He was disrespectful. Me personally, to this day, I feel like some of the things he said was wild, but do I think it's disrespect? I think we need to discuss what is disrespect and what is just hard to hear or not nice. Yeah. Like, you're just rude, or you're just being rude or being like nasty. But to say disrespect, I feel like disrespect to me is when you do something to my face, or you do something that's gonna, like, I don't know, like put me in harm's way, or you just saying these things is rude, but I don't call it disrespect. I think you're a dickhead, maybe like you're an asshole, you're rude as hell, but disrespectful, I don't know. What's considered disrespect?
I think you're right. But I think the reason why she felt disrespected is because of what he was saying to her before he went to Casa Amor.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like reaffirming after they wrote the letters to each other and chose each other, right? So how do you get to that level of choosing each other if you don't think you've had the chance to explore, if you don't think that you have anything in common or anything like that? It was a kind of just upside down for her. And I think she said disrespect, and she should have used a different word, but I can understand her shock.
Mm-hmm. Can you?
Yeah.
Because it can stay plugged in, I guess.
Yeah. Let me just... Go ahead.
So yeah, no, I definitely get what you're saying in terms of where they were. I just feel like it was so messy, so bad. Then they did the letters, and even when he was reaffirming her based on their connection, he still was very much saying, like, I think I need to explore, I need to explore, I need to explore. So even though he did and said all of those things in Casa Amor, back to what Zach said, like, you didn't know that when he came back. You didn't know what he said and how he moved. All you knew was you saw the initial dancing thing, and he was excited and kissed up the girl and stuff like. Well, they weren't kissing, they were just dancing and got excited by it. To say that was disrespectful, I agree. I just don't get it. Like, between Love Island and Love Island UK and US, like, there's some of the things that they say disrespectful when it's the name of the game of being in Love Island. I just feel like sometimes with the girls there is hypocrisy.
Yeah, but I think one thing I really found frustrating is that I felt like they didn't give enough value and attention to the fact that everything the girls did was in direct response to the heart rate challenge being streamed. And I think the boys clocked when they came back because it was said, but I don't think they factored that into the things they saw from the girls.
Yeah.
That it was a direct response, and that it had been a whole day before the 12 boys came in. That was in the night, and the boys came on the yacht the next day.
Well, they didn't know. I don't think they. Well, I don't know if they know that.
And this is what I'm saying. Yeah. I felt like obviously they're being messy by not making that very clear.
Yeah, listen, this is a
so
production.
produced.
Like, this is a production.
Extra
And I think
this
people,
year.
and I think people need to also realize that this is a production.
Yeah.
There is a reason why they showed the guys doing that kind of stuff, because they want the girls to move that way. Because year after year after year,
Exactly.
the guys out here doing nonsense and the girls do absolutely nothing.
Right.
And they wanted a show, so they did it.
But that then translate into the boys jumping on the girls when they see some clips from movie night. And for me, it's like, that wasn't fair, because it's not that this was equal and she was doing what you were doing. It was a direct reaction to what
a direct
you did.
reaction, absolutely.
And I just feel like that wasn't given the right value. But I think you made a good point last week about how Sincere gets away with certain things. And I think I have a theory.
Colorism, sorry.
Okay. No, I don't think it is, because the final 3 couples are all like Black people of color, right? Well, I know colorism is different to racism. Okay, here's my theory. I believe the reaction to the boys, whether in the house, I can't speak to the audience, but like the house, is directly related to how the girl moves about her man. So my thing is, you can never talk about Zach to Kader. One, Kader will cuss out, in quotes, Zach before the girls do, right? So she never needs the girl to check her man, because she'll do it. And like, she's strong enough to do that. And then she'll be like, we sorted it. Same thing with Melanie. Like, Melanie will hear you out, but you actually can't go after her man. Like, she will shout and do her passionate thing first. I don't believe that Anaya always speaks up how she feels immediately. I think that when a situation happens, I can see your toes. I think when a situation happens, she doesn't react straight away. And what that silence kind of allows is the girls to defend her or have her back. And because she only starts to express herself once the girls start, then that's when it becomes a shouting match. And Casey also is not good at expressing himself. So I feel like when they're in a dynamic, there's a lot of silence on both parts initially, and that leaves a lot of space for other people to join in and interject.
I agree.
And then it becomes this pile-on.
I agree to that point, to those points too.
Yeah.
I will also say that where I think you made this point last week or prior weeks, where Sincere has lied to everyone.
Yeah.
So he's said to the boys how he's like, oh, I'm in love with Melanie, but then moves crazy with Soul, the other girls, right? He also does the same thing with the girls.
Yeah.
So they're not going to pipe up and, be coming after Sincere, because in their mind, like, they know how he feels about her and all this kind of stuff. So they're even in shock themselves that this man is moving the way that they're moving. Said. Yeah, which, shout out to Corbin. Hey, anyway, are you up to date?
Yes.
Oh my God, what a travesty! Let me tell you something.
Was growing on me.
I liked Corbin, and I liked Bermuda because she spoke the truth. Yeah. Let's quickly, so we can get to that game. But then also what I think as well with the Sincere thing is, no shade versus Casey. Anaya likes Sincere.
Absolutely.
She was behind his door. She likes him. And if you even watch closely, there's a few times when her and Melody are doing stuff and she is there giving this very weird look on her face. She likes this man.
She was sitting there nodding when Sincere was literally moving out, like he was apologizing.
Literally, and then defending him and then speaking for him and crazy.
And she watches them from afar, like she wishes she was Melanie.
She was Melanie. Yeah, agreed. So that's also why she ain't piping up like that. And then also Trinity. The reason why Trinity goes after Casey the way that she does is because of the whole Zach and Bryce thing, because of when they said that he said that stuff about them being not the favorite couple and all this and being surprised and blah, blah, blah. So she's had a vendetta against that black man since then. Plus your girl's crying and all this kind of stuff, and as a black woman, da 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 da. Like, do you know what I mean? So that's all what that is. When we come to that challenge where they had to do the whole who's most compatible and all that kind of stuff, Shout out to Corbin and Permuta for finally saying something and picking the people that made sense. And sorry, Sincere and Melanie, yes, you guys like each other, but at the same time, you are toxic. It's not compatible. Why? Because you have drained the spark out of that girl. Every time I see Melanie now, I'm like, girl, you look a bit rough, girl.
Yeah, like
she looks a bit rough.
She looks, you know, Hurt Bae. Do you remember Hurt Bae?
No, who's Hurt Bae?
She was on one of those YouTube shows where they talk, like, had a conversation, and she's talking with her ex, and they're like, face to face. Yes.
Oh my god,
she was so pretty, and she was crying.
Oh my god, yeah. And then they did the remix with the person, and you should have been kicked him down.
And that's what Melanie gives me. It's like,
about her,
so cute, but
so
man,
yes,
like, you're always crying.
Listen, I was so glad that finally someone said, do you know what also was loved when they said Kenzie? Melanie, snaky bitch. Melanie. Because if you're my friend, no.
She's clocked Kenzie.
She clocked, okay, can I also say, okay, wait, I'm going to fast forward it. She clocked Kenzie, yes, absolutely. But if you're my friend, say this to me in private, don't wait for this game to tell me anything like that.
Not friends.
But this is the thing. So she then has the conversation with her this episode where she's talking to Kenzie saying, oh, when the whole soul thing happened, you was there being friends with more soul. And I wanted her to say, because you felt away that I was talking to Corbin. Because that's what it was.
If she knows that that's the
point. But that's what it was. Oh, that's why. Because that's what it was. It went from me being best friends with Melanie, blah, 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 to all of a sudden you're sitting with Soul, saying Jen's your best friend, and, you know, gathering with all of them because Melanie was talking to Corbin because you didn't want her to. And instead of being a friend and saying, I don't want my girl talking to the guy that I'm dating because it's uncomfortable, you were like, it's fine.
Yeah. And then being pissed.
And then be pissed about it.
Yeah, no, Kenzie's horrible. And I don't like her tears every time she has to be held.
Has to be called out by someone.
And her weaponizing of, like, best friend and friends is just so impossible with guilt.
Literally. Because at the end of the day, Melanie was right. You were not ready to cut it off. It wasn't for the fact that Jen said what she said about the whole goal and Dylan thing, and you felt some type of way and you felt judged and everyone's talking about it, and it's also been brought up for the fact before with the whole boys saying that you were like Gabe. And then we watch movie night, and then we're like, and then Dylan's all like, "Oh my god, you know, I feel like I'm watching a repeat my life." And then they're saying that you're like Sincere. Now you feel shame, which is why you picking Dylan. But before you was very much
just literally can't go to another person because you know the reputation you have.
Right, and she is bitter because there's many moments when you see Permuta and Corbin, and her face again is a similar face to what with Anaya, and it's like.
When she chose Dylan and she was like, basically, I won't explore anymore, she looked like
sad.
She looked like she was being held hostage.
No, she is, though. She's settling. She doesn't want to.
Oh. I mean, I'm looking forward to this whole Zach breakdown because he was like, oh, they don't think I'm good enough for her. And what I don't like is I think he'll make it about looks when it's about how he's been acting.
Yeah, no, of course. Of course, because he also is someone who gets away with things so easily. Yeah. Because the thing about that girl leaving is like I love Kayla because she be clocking it. Because while they're talking about Casey, like, she was just sitting there,
meme that
with the thing, like literally equations going off. Like, how does that make sense? So she had a lot to say, and she was damn right. She was damn right. So yeah, to be honest, this episode obviously Jen left, and this other episode, and then now. Obviously, what's his name again? Caleb.
Yeah.
And the other girl left, and then Amora and that girl left. Mm-hmm. All of them had to go. Nobody cared. Nobody cared.
That was almost too easy, and I hated the episode that it took so long to get there when we knew that that's going to happen.
You know when they do so what I love about Love Island is you know when it's going to be people that you care about leaving or not. Because if it's someone that you care about leaving, they're going to do it on a Friday or a Sunday. But if they don't, because they want to leave the gap, and then they're going to cut it off before you know who actually is leaving. But if it's not, then they don't have it on a Friday or a Sunday. Because that was on a Thursday, I knew for a fact nobody care about them.
But did we need the whole episode to see people go up and do 2 hearts?
Putting hearts in the Morris thing. Because we was like, we know, girl, you was going to go. Yeah. You was going to go. Mind you, not being funny. Anyway. Kenzie.
I hated that they orchestrated.
That's day one. Well, they didn't.
No, it's that. I think it was produced. They had to give Kenzie an out. They knew that she was at the bottom.
And you think that they wanted to keep her for what?
They want her in the finals.
Yeah, for what though?
Because it makes better TV than one of the other couples.
But what would? Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if it does. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because it's people's hate for her. Like, people love Kenzie and people hate Hensie. Sorry, Mike. Who else was it? Parmida and Corbin or
Zach and
Kada.
And
right?
Kada, yeah.
I don't think that they would have let Zach and Kada or Kenzie and Dylan go home
before
Parmida and Corbin.
But this is which I think I kind of got that at first. But with the whole, this is why with Love Island, I feel like it's annoying that they're so produced because they don't allow the audience
to make
the real decisions when they're actually doing a bit more of like a flip and a flop and a flip and a flop. People right now, after that episode, are in love with Corbin and Parmida.
Yeah.
They are more compatible.
Yeah.
So if they actually did it based on the audience choices, Kenzie would have gone home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they had to throw her a lifeline.
Because I will say, bitch, she killed that shit with Grease.
They didn't even tell you what the prize was till after. Who says they didn't invent that on the spot? Do you know what I mean?
Fair. But they did kill it.
Yeah, I guess.
They were the best. He jumped. I mean, Kenzie's always going to slip. She's always going to do a clam drop, honey. But he jumped over her.
I did see that.
And the choreography was on point.
Mm.
So if this was the name of the game, she was gonna win. They were the best one.
But they said that it wasn't just about performance.
Everything that they said, the singing, the performance, the whatever, everything they said, theirs was the best.
And I do think that was part of the production.
Because they knew that she was going to give it the best.
I think like one of the producers was like, hey, Kenzie, you might want to like really go for it today.
Fair. So how did you feel about Corbin and Parmida going?
Honestly, I like them. I didn't think there was any point of them staying longer outside of just like entertainment.
Fair. Yeah.
Like they might as well go and see if they actually can be together in the real world.
I just love the fact that they are straight shooters.
Yeah.
And I really still feel like we need that because people in there are just such bullshitters.
Yeah,
but at least Corbin was the one chatting to the boys and saying the truth. And Parmida would be there having the conversations and chatting the truth.
Yeah, but it's the last week. There's
fair.
There's
nothing else
hurdles left. It's gonna be dates and freaking shit.
What I didn't like is that Melanie now thinks that we like her and Sincere together. She was shocked as fuck and so happy. They should have put her at the bottom so she could swear a little bit.
I mean, Casey was also shocked.
No, Casey deserved to be shocked.
Yeah, fair. No, but Melanie also deserves to be
shocked.
No,
but in terms of he deserved to be there, basically. Like, he deserves to have the redemption of being shocked and being like, oh my god, people like him, because like people actually like him.
Yeah.
Again, I just feel like there's not been any. I just don't feel like Sincere is getting the lashings he deserves. He's not getting audience feedback he deserves. Like, he's getting no feedback. He's just been coasting through, doing all of these wicked things with his beautiful hair and locks. And everyone is just there, agree with him. She's taking it back. I will never be the girl that you just come home to. Bitch, you are the girl he just come home to.
Okay.
Nothing.
Here's my thing. How can you treat someone that's just like, you're right, I'm sorry. There's like, you can't then repeat the same accusations. If they've said, I'm sorry, I'll try better. You can't beat a dead horse.
Well, I feel like they tried to do that with KC, but at least they let Sincere speak. So when KC was trying to say it, they just jumped in him and cussed him out.
Initially, KC was defensive, as he should have been, right? Casey was defensive, but Sincere's method is different. He immediately
master manipulator.
Yeah, he immediately is like, you know what, guys, you're so right. Like, I'm wrong. I can see it now. I've changed. Even since yesterday,
Casey was like, that was last week. He was like, yeah, different me. Even with the whole situation when he was like, I need to speak to Corbin. When he spoke to the boys, he was like, I need to speak to Corbin because like I just didn't get it. Like, da-da-da-da.
And then he
sat down with Corbin. He was like, I completely get why you said that. I'm so sorry. What a freaking snake. Oh, I can't.
This is what I'm saying. What
Not my
else?
hair pushing up like a Naya child.
No, that's only at the back. Okay, here's my thing. Corbin could absolutely tell that Sincere was bullshit.
Bullshitting, yeah.
But what can you say once someone is like, you're right,
Yeah.
I'm sorry? You literally cannot keep beating the issue.
Yeah.
And that's why his method is so effective, because it shuts you up until he does something else.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Corbin and Casey will have a friendship out of this.
Yeah.
I don't think that Corbin's going to want to be friends with Sincere.
And there was a point when he was like, yeah, it's bigger than the villa. It's bigger than this. It's bigger than the villa. I don't think Corbin was saying to Sincere, I want to be friends with you outside of he was just saying the growth and the situations are bigger than this. And the Sincere's like, yeah, like we'll be boys. Da, da, da. I was like, Corbin is not going to be a friend.
Corbin,
He
Corbin
cannot
turned and
trust
said,
you.
There was even a bit when they did this handshake, and Corbin I feel like Corbin did it and looked at him, and you could tell, be like, we have this, but like, you fake as fuck. Like, I love Corbin now at this point. I'm sorry. He got the ick. Yeah, you liar. And Palmina showed it. I love a man that listens to his girl. When she's like, no, your friend's fake, or whatever, he's like, oh, true.
Yeah.
And then she follows through. Anyway, we're done with Love Island.
Miami thing.
Yeah, we're done with Love Island. But yeah, it's been good, honey. I'm so excited for these episodes. Shout out to Love Island. Anyway, on to the UK. Once again. Gigs. Oh, we love Gigs. We love the landlord.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Gigs, who has already come out and said that he is autistic, is building a school for neurodivergent children. So that's anyone with autism, ADHD, dyslexia. And he basically said it doesn't want to just be like a regular school where they just learn like English, maths, and blah, blah, blah. But he wants it to be somewhere where they can thrive and they can learn things like become engineers, build robotics and like all this kind of stuff. Like he was like, I want one of the kids to be like that's good with numbers to be like the best accountant in the world, right? So he's really trying to create a school where the kids that are considered loud and disruptive can find a space where they're actually understood. And I just love that. I love when our artists that we hold in high regards are doing something that benefits the community, because we speak a lot, even just like back to the like Young Miami thing, about whether or not we're poisoning our youth and poisoning our communities by the lyrics and stuff that we say. And you can say a lot about Gigs and his music.
He has the UK anthem.
Literally, like, you know what I mean? And it ain't about rainbows. Do you know what I mean? But like, he is, putting his money where and his influence where it is beneficial to our children. And especially for the fact that it's a personal thing to him. Basically, he was on the news where he was talking about his experience in school and how much he did not like school because he was always seen as the problem child. And he's had to be diagnosed later on in life, right? So it's just a lovely story. Very proud of him. I wish more people would do this. Next. Michael Wood, you want to start this, girl? So, what's this?
You have to do an intro, something for the people.
So, Michael Wood has been, he's in court for allegations of rape. We spoke about this last week. The young lady said that they had a consensual physical relationship, well, I guess intimate encounter, that's the right word, encounter, prior to this happening on the same night. So then they went to an after party afterwards. They went into his friend's car, where he then proceeds to R-word her when she said that she did not want to engage. She said no, she tried to leave. He was very aggressive and degrading while this act was happening. The prosecutor is basically, I think he had her on stand and was basically saying to her, well, like, you knew he was famous. Before she said that she didn't know he was famous. Then she said that she didn't know he was famous. So there's been changes in her story. They were like, so you knew who he was, you knew what you wanted to do. And they were very aggressive on the stand about her contradictory statements. At the end of the day, they're trying to portray it as the encounter wasn't the pleasant experience that you wanted it to be. So now you're turning around and saying that it was the R word, when it really was just that you didn't enjoy the experience and it was maybe rougher than you expected or whatever. Mind you, she did do a rape kit, Just saying. I only want everyone to remember that when you have a rape kit, if you go home and shower and wait a couple days and all that kind of stuff, inconclusive results. So she went and did a rape kit, conclusive.
Yeah.
So that means from when it happened, she knew she didn't like it.
And that was 2003.
Literally.
Wait, sorry, 2023.
Yeah.
My God, the years.
Well, you know, yeah, but I know what you meant. 2023. So let's not, like, that's just me. But anyway, go on, Kim.
Yeah, and the fact that he was charged, it means there was enough for them to bring forth the charges. And here we are 3 years later in court. So far, she's taken the stand and was being cross-examined by his attorney, who she did a great job at breaking down her story. And that was worrying because it does feel like if we just go off that day, the jury might have a hard time saying that he's guilty. On Friday, she took the stand. I haven't updated myself on that, but this will be more her attorney questioning her about her. So we'll give it from more her perspective. Her friend also took the stand earlier last week, and they kind of broke her friend down as well, because her friend answered a lot of I can't recall. But also it was a while ago.
It was 3 years ago on a drunken night out, an night out with your friend. You're not gonna know, remember that level of detail. And I think that's the problem with these. Once you say one thing and then it's you might remember something differently, and then now you're a liar, when it's just no, I just remembered something extra, or it's changed or whatever.
And they're clearly young girls.
Yeah.
And it's her initial statement, she revised it, and she gave another statement. Trauma happens differently too, so you can't say that the witness's first statement, if it's different to what they later said, means that she's a liar.
Mind you, the statement of he raped me, he R-worded me, has never changed. We're talking about very small incidences of different things, whether I knew him or didn't know him, or whether or not, did you reply to him on Snapchat or did you not, or he had my number. No, I spoke to him, but then he didn't have my number, but then it was on Snapchat. Very things like that. It's come on now.
Yeah. It really just comes down to who has a better lawyer, because it's he said versus she said in how they both are recalling the night.
Yeah.
He seems to say everything's consensual. He might not have been very nice about the sex, very demanding and entitled, but I guess he's saying he's not a rapist, and he's also not. He's an actor, right? So I'm not gonna take it at face value, but the way he's conducting himself is he's going outside the courtroom where the press and the internet people are. He's not hiding away.
Yeah.
He's parading around very confidently. But either way, I don't think it looks good. It's at one end of the scale, you have horrible sexual encounters with people, and the other end of the scale, you're a rapist. It's either way, it's terrible.
You're not a nice person.
Yeah, you're not a nice person.
Yeah. So, from what I'm seeing right now, under the jail. But that's just me.
Yes. We must do an update next week.
Yeah.
Once we find out what she said on the stand.
Yeah. Love Island UK. You don't watch the UK, so we're just going to talk lightly about this. But again, movie night just happened as well. The recoupling came back. Simba comes back with Mara. Mara, bad bitch, gorgeous girl, and also just tells Simba about himself. I'm actually sick of Simba. I don't have much to say about Simba. I think we're all tired of Simba.
Came back with someone else?
He came back with Mara. Look how gorgeous.
Oh.
Angie is gorgeous too, but let's be real. This one came in looking like some Instagram model, which she actually is. But she is also very respectful. He comes in 24 hours later, is basically oh, my bad, I want Angie. Because he realized he's fucked up. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. He was going to have a good time, bring someone else back, and Angie was going to be yeah, it's fine. After you've had her in triangle after triangle after triangle. Come on, Simba, grow up. And now he's trying to do this redeeming himself. But if you're saying someone, Jesus, God brought you this person, and then you're bringing back another girl, it can't be. You're not serious, mate. You're not serious. But anyway, at this point, as of today, which is Monday, Mara and Simba are separate. She doesn't want anything to do with him. She also had a conversation about accountability. What does love mean to him? She believes that he actually is in love with Angelista, but he doesn't know how to act the right way because he's being a F-boy from the streets, you know, and he needs to grow up. So that's them. I don't really care to talk too much about other people, but I will talk about Lola and what's his name? Lola and her man, forgot his name, and Jewel. Lola, I'm so sorry, sis. You know that you did not know what was going on when he did that striptease, kissing and dragging the girl up on the bed and on the floor and all that kind of stuff. I understand, you know, defend your man in public, correct me in private, but the way that you shouted down on that girl made her feel so small to the point that she was crying just because she was doing what a bombshell has to do. Maybe she had a little bit of a snooty attitude about it, but she gives like Russian, uh, Eastern European, and they're a bit harsh. Do you know what I mean? They're not the softest girls, so I think that's just really her tone. But you took it as something else, and you're shutting down on her all of this thing, and you didn't even apologize. I think you should have at least apologized. It doesn't look good on your half. You don't look like a nice person. Do not like that about you. The next relationship that I have to talk about is Kevin and Jasmine. Jasmine, baby girl, I love you down, and I know you love that boy. You're here crying, 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 crying. But I will say it's exhausting, babe. It's enough. And if I was him, I would pick the other option too. Because me fighting you back and forth trying to get to this place that you have already said that you don't believe that we're compatible. You say that like I'm a childish and all this kind of stuff. Why would I go back and forth with you on that when I could just be with someone who is a bit more agreeable, friendlier, nicer? I don't have this bad slate to deal with. Do I agree that Aiden has been plotting on ruining your relationship because he said that he was jealous? Absolutely. Do I believe that if he would have asked you to be exclusive, this relationship would have been a completely different relationship and you would have had your man and he would have been happy? Absolutely. But you are a bit fiery. I do agree that there's a contradiction between how the girls are treated and the boys are treated. If you can sit down with your girls and yap about a man could do the same with his boys. If the girls can shout out and defend you, then the boys can do the same. And I'm sick of it across UK and US. Let the boys speak. And I can't believe I'm saying it because I don't want to hear them speak. Half of them are always on some bullshit, absolutely. But you can't be mad at them defending their friend when you too are defending your friend when she is moving mad. And there has been moments, Jasmine, when you have moved mad. Come to the final point that I have to say. How you two, Mika and Jasmine, have done Priya, you lot are terrible, terrible, terrible friends. I didn't realize until we saw the collection at movie night how bad it really was. But you lot do not rate her. You're saying that that's your friend. You guys are the Three Musketeers, all this kind of stuff. If some man that I'm talking to has said that my friend gave him the ick, I would 100% tell my girl. I don't care if you're like, oh, I should have left it to him. No, if that's your girl, you should have said it. You're also the one that told him not to say anything to her and deceive her. Ridiculous. Jasmine, I feel like he was very clear with the whole bringing this Jordan back guy back and all that kind of stuff. However, he did say that he liked you more. You didn't tell Priya. Priya has looked like a mug time and time again. And it's one thing when it's the boys, but when you as her friends are doing it, absolutely disgusting. I think that was the worst thing I saw in this movie night, because we, like, as women, we want to defend and we want to cuss out the men and all of this kind of stuff about how they're treating our girls and da 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 da, but look how you treat your girl. So what can you really say? Very disappointed. I hope that Priya, she's gonna forgive you. Me personally, once I left that villa, would not be friends with either of you. Just saying. At this point, Jasmine, love you down, but you might need to leave. That's just how I feel about it. Because Kevin's gonna go by Kevin, whatever name is gonna do whatever he's gonna do. But yeah, loving Love Island UK. Very, very good season. Enjoying it. Next.
I'll tell you something. You only caught me because when you came over, you put on that episode, the one Soul came in, and I was like, "Who is this baddie?"
And that's why you was like, so now Mara's here, like, who's this baddie? You want to go watch?
No, it was early enough.
Okay, this is
like, yeah.
Well,
because even when you put it on here, it had been a minute.
Yeah.
But I think it was early enough where I didn't feel like I had to go back and watch everything.
What I will say is we're on episode 36 of Love Island UK. It goes into the 50s.
Oh, wow.
Because it's longer. Like, Love Island US is going to finish, next week? This is all going on for another 2-3 weeks. They're even saying that they're probably going to play the finals, the World Cup finals in the Villa. Because they're going to be there for so long. Anyway, final England is coming. It's coming.
And after all, you're my wonder. Whoa.
I'm actually very proud of this because I didn't think it was going to happen. I can't lie to you. The two matches that happened that day, the Portugal and the Norway and Brazil one, I genuinely thought that Brazil was going to win. Because it's Brazil. But apparently Norway is that girl with that guy with the blonde wig.
It's not a Viking.
The Viking with the blonde wig. So I was surprised at that. If I bet, I would have lost.
Do you know, I think they got fueled because obviously the Mexican fans were outside their hotel.
Letting off the fireworks.
Drumming. Mm-hmm. And it's like, they should have been protected. Like, they shouldn't have told people where they were staying. I think that kind of fueled them. I feel like that fueled them. I think the juju from the Ghanaian man has finally left them.
I also just think that everyone was saying that how Mexico has never lost a home game in this stadium ever.
And they've never not made it past this round in the World Cup.
Who, the UK?
No,
England?
Mexico. Yeah.
Oh, so, well, they didn't make it round either. What do you mean?
As in, like, they've never not passed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 16. Okay, that makes sense. They've never... Yeah. Okay. I thought you said they've never made it past. And I was what do you mean?
Like, but yeah. They've never left the competition this
early. Ever. Exactly. So everyone was just like, it's definitely going to be Mexico. And also, to be fair, the last couple of England games, they've not been that great. So we're like, oh, they've been a bit rusty for the last two games.
Maybe they were saving themselves. Because also, they should have been suffering because of the high altitude too.
Well, that's what everything was. All of this is going wrong. It's not going to happen anyway. Jude.
Hey, Jude.
What a handsome man! And he two goals in the first 16 minutes.
22 minutes. Sorry, 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. And one of them was a header, which is very impressive.
Shout out to him.
He threw his whole body at the ball.
Shout out to him. So yeah, it ended with 3-2. Kane also scored the third goal. Very proud of the boys. I very, very shocked at this.
And they sang Wonderwall.
I'm just glad that they go through.
End. It was so cute. You should find the video.
Yeah, we'll try and include it here. So shout out to the boys. We're still going, guys. Very happy about that.
Don't show the clip of the guy breaking his wrist though.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to show that. I was in bed by the time this was happening.
It's Jordan Henderson. So after they jumped...
That's so sad.
The little, like that triangle structure, like sometimes in the road, it separated the pitch from the fans.
Oh, yeah.
So they jumped over it to sing Wonderwall with all the fans.
Yeah.
So everyone was jumping back over it. So when he put his hand to jump over, his hand slipped. So he fell forward, but his hand was out
first,
so he fell onto his wrist, and he left in a stretcher.
I hear it, but like, do you need the hand to play football?
Well, he's not playing the World Cup now. It's released that he's.
I think they should reconsider how good of how in need is he as a player.
Like, he was even on the bench for like the last however long.
Oh well, then that's fine then.
No, like he had played and then he was on the bench. Got a yellow card because he was like heckling.
Oh well, yeah, okay, well that's fine. So he's not needed, but like he's not.
I don't know about all of that.
I'm just saying in terms of like, it's not like it's
not
Jude.
Jude.
It's not Kate.
It's not
Kate.
Saka.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So anyway, shout out to him.
And it was Saka that set up Jude in the first goal, which was so cute. I loved that because they've been through a lot. These boys.
Love them. Yeah. No, honestly.
Racism.
I'm sure. I was literally about to say, I'm sure there ain't no niggas being thrown around, no monkey cells being thrown around today.
Until they
do something wrong.
Let's hope it doesn't get to penalties.
Yeah. Anyway, so next, finally.
Talk about football. Look at us.
Look at us. And finally, we're here for the last one. So if you don't know that we filmed this in Toronto, yes, we're from the UK, but we live in Toronto. So Toronto was hosting a few games, and the last
12.
one that they did was Portugal and what's this one? Paraguay. What's this? Who are these people?
I don't remember.
Prague.
Mm-mm.
And it's not with a P.
Croatia.
What?
Yeah.
Who is this?
It's Croatia.
Croatia. Okay. I was like, I know this terrible. You know when they're like on TikTok and they're like, name the flag. This is Croatia. So Portugal won. Ronaldo, this is his last World Cup. So obviously when he was here, they shut down the streets outside his hotel, screaming, singing for this man. Crazy, 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 crazy. I didn't even realize, one, to be fair, I just didn't know there was that many Latino people in
I don't think
Toronto.
it was just.
There's so
I think
many.
it's just Ronaldo fans from all over the
I was
world.
going to say, I think with Portugal, because obviously, well, would you consider Portuguese? No, they're not Latin people. But in general, for World Cup, I just didn't realize there was that many Latin people in general. For Portugal, everyone likes Portugal because everyone likes Ronaldo. Like, the amount of black people that are from Barbados, campaigning for this man, camping for this man.
Football.
They love this man.
Messi, Ronaldo,
Literally,
Pele.
fuck
like,
Messi.
Because of Argentina?
Yes.
And they're racist?
Yes.
Fair.
Fuck them. Like, actually, fuck them. Did you see how they were all swearing at Speed?
Yeah.
And giving all these monkey signs and all this stuff? Fuck them. We knew from before, but every single time now, even after you remember they vote? Do you remember like a few weeks ago or a few months ago, we talked about them voting for the slavery thing, and then what people of the UN voted against, and it was them, Israel, all of those people that were non-decided, but Israel and Argentina said no, 100% no. I can't stand them. Everyone's talking about the Israelis of the South Americans, and absolutely a mess. Anyway, that's got nothing to do with it.
Because also, if it's just racism, then we also have to say fuck England fans, because they also get very racist.
Oh yeah, but we ain't racist like that, girl. We ain't racist like that. No, we're not. We're not. We're nowhere near like that. Sure. It can happen, but I can't say it's the same level of racism like that. Oh no. They're all just shouting.
They have been doing monkey chants before.
I'm not saying it's never happened, but it's not to this extent.
Fair.
Anyway, I'm saying this extent, like we're talking about them. Anyway, I say this to say, Toronto shut down for this final game. Everyone was there. Drake was there. Like, the streets were a freaking wreck, and everyone had a great time. Shout out to Canada. A lot of people were saying that how while watching it. Well, yeah, Toronto.
Because they got Vancouver.
Fair. But shout out to Toronto, because the people were saying that a lot of, like, the games, when you look at the stadiums in the US compared to what's going on at BMO Chat, it was very, different. But a lot of the teams were saying that they really enjoyed the experience of the fans here in Toronto, and the experience and the food and the culture and all that kind of stuff. But that's why I feel like we should say...
a little heart.
Pardon?
Ronaldo tweeted a little...
About Toronto.
It was like Toronto and then heart.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah. I think, listen, is it the biggest city? Is it huge? Like, no, like, but I will say this is a beautiful city. Everyone has been in some good spirits. We've been having a laugh. The sun's been out. We've been enjoying. And yeah, like, shout out to Toronto, shout out to the city, shout out to them foldable stadiums.
They started pulling it down.
Oh, literally. All the fan stuff is gone. What's it called again?
FanFest?
The FanFest stuff already snatched down.
Oh, I thought they were still doing
No, snatched down.
Damn.
Snatched down.
We still have fans.
I know, but the signage outside the stadium, I don't know if the actual thing is there, but all of the signage of the stadium is like all snatched down.
Oh yeah, the stadium, yes, but not Bentway.
The actual no, I don't know if it's no. I think that's still gonna stay there. Yeah. But
because so apparently their normal football season resumes soon.
Oh, so that's why they're turning out so quickly.
Getting back.
I was like, girl, damn.
I know. I was like,
leave it up for a little week.
How many millions went into
literally?
So
now
funny.
on the landfield.
But yeah, they there was like the Portuguese biker gang. They like lined up for Ronaldo and the Portugal bus on the highway from Pearson. People were at Pearson on the fans. People were at the training grounds. They were outside his hotel almost every day.
Every day.
Every day. I just kind of love that.
I love that for him.
Yeah.
I love that thing. He is one powerful man child. They even let him go to Dubai and all the places with his wife, and he won't even married, and they're not even allowed to let them stay and live there. Change the rules just for that man. So, shout out to him.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for hot topics. We're going into with the smoke because we got some smoke today, child. Okay, so this sweet 18-year-old boy, Nolan, went on a trip with his 3 friends to this, I think it's, what is it called? Like a little island, Horn Island in Mississippi. Mind you, it's Mississippi. And I think we already know where I'm going with this, right? But one single black boy on this trip with his 3 white friends in Mississippi. They go away from their weekend. They come back. He's missing. The kids are saying, mind you, these are kids, are saying that they don't remember anything. When they're like, where is him? He's missing. Did you come back with him? Whatever. They made up this story about how he was with a girl the last time. That's all they said. That he was with a girl the last time they saw him. But apparently they left this island without the friend that they went to the island with. Anyway, they did find his body washed up in the sea after, doing a search over the weekend. And I don't know how to feel about this. One of the boys, his mum is a local judge. It just spews privilege. It reminds us of the black woman who went to the sleepover with all of these white mum group that she was, and they found her body outside the house dead. And they said that it was the inconclusive, no, it wasn't a homicide, and everyone just said they don't know. They went to sleep and woke up and she was outside dead, and that was just like swept under the rug. This gives the same similar circumstances. There is literally a man on TikTok that goes past all of these black people in groups of white people saying, hey young king, hey young queen, are you okay? Are you safe? Are you safe? Sure. I just want to make sure you're safe. And we're laughing at that kind of content like real. It's so funny, but it's real. It's very scary that you could be friends with these people and then they don't care about your well-being or safeguarding you whatsoever. Where are we going on a boat to an island together, you coming back without me, and you're saying you don't know what happened to me, you have no regard of what's going on with me, but you're saying that no foul play has happened? It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. You leave together, you would come back together. You came back with everybody else, but why not him?
I just hope this isn't another case where people get away with shit.
Oh, they're going to get away with it. They're going to say that he was drunk, he ran into the water, he died because he couldn't swim, because black people can't swim, and they're going to say all of that kind of stuff, and he left them, so they don't know what happened. There's 3 of them, they'll keep the story together, and that will be enough. Mind you, he's probably the only black person on that island. You're trying to tell me no one saw him?
But surely there's going to be an autopsy, because anything accidental, there's no reason for you to lie. You can just be like, it was an accident. But if it was intentional, then that should show no autopsy.
Well, we would say that, but the fact that this one is mum's a judge, and this person is from Mississippi, and then this person knows this person, and autopsies can be changed.
Is going to be from Mississippi.
People can have, exactly, and they're going to see it as 3 young white boys who have a life ahead of them, and they shouldn't go to prison for something that was a mistake, and blah 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 blah. They're not going to go to jail for this. There's that mother is going to believe that her son committed suicide or accidentally drowned or something like that, other than the fact that these 3 boys absolutely did something to him. And then they wonder why that other boy had a knife and then stabbed up the other one, and then they're like, oh yeah, he's aggressive, why would he come and have a knife? Because you lot be bullying these little boys. You guys be bullying these people, you use your privilege, and nothing comes to you.
I understand that they're teenagers, shit happens, and I don't think teenagers always react the best. And even if they made a terrible error of judgment, I think if they just said now,
what happened?
Yeah, we're sorry we lied, we were just scared.
Yeah.
People
get away with it.
give them leniency, and it would give the family like some sort of transparency.
The fact that they came back and said that they don't know what happens and they don't remember gives that this was a scheme. They baited that boy to go on the trip with them, to go to this island to do whatever they want to do to that boy. That's how I'm saying it now. I don't know if it was accidental.
What is a football player? These are probably his teammates.
These are his friends.
Yeah, his teammates.
But that don't mean they like him.
I get that Mississippi has this like connotation, but it is equally a black place as it is a white place. Do you know what I mean? Like our ancestors are from there and remain there. Not everybody went north. A lot of people went south, and there's a strong culture that's come out of the south. And yet, I'm not the kind of person that would send my child to a PWI, even if I lived in states like this.
Listen, there's so many things where you're like, oh, you know, when you want to, black people want to move out of like certain areas, we want to have better for our kids, but putting them in a situation where they're the only one is not safe. Yeah. It's not safe.
Yeah. And you're just giving them issues for the future.
Yeah. I've got many friends that are like that. Yeah. It's not safe. So yeah, we're gonna obviously be following this to see what else happens and what the outcome is, if there's gonna be any arrests, what the autopsy says. But for now, we are just sending our condolences to the Wells family.
So is his smoke for everyone?
Mother.
Or smoke for the judge, Mom?
It's for all three of them. It's for all three of them. Because I'm so sorry. Again, I can't go nowhere with my friends and not know where they are.
That's also cultural too.
And I also am not going to leave them on an island. It's one thing if it's a party down the road and we're all on we're getting on a boat.
We go ferry to islands.
Do you think I would ever get on
no one behind?
Do you think I'd ever get on a ferry and just leave you lot on an island? Especially if you're drunk?
Yeah, no. Never.
With a boy? Who cares? Who's doing that? And then that just shows you, again, even as your friend, maybe you have a lack of regard for him.
Or culture.
Regardless, sorry.
We just don't, I think, less likely to do that culturally. Like when we go out with our girls.
It's a boat.
No, but I also feel like there's this cultural acknowledgement of like, we don't leave our people. Like when we go out together, it's not like, oh, my friend's leaving with a boy, and so we don't even do that with the girls. But I do think culturally that they're more loose like that. Like,
I'm gonna hear it, but like I said, it's one thing, which is fine when it's down the road. But like, how is he gonna get home if he has to take a boat to this location? Is he just gonna jump on a boat with somebody else? I don't think it's that easy. Anyway, that is it for this episode. Oh, hold on, I have a few comments here. Never been a fan of being the only one. We've seen this before. They'll come back in a week and say it was a suicide. We've seen this story before. Oh, and they wonder why Carmelo had a knife at that all-white school event.
Everything we just said.
Exactly. Anyways, let's get out of here. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Tiye Noelle Show. Spin that shit. Check it out. If you're enjoying it, please make sure that you like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Please share this to your peoples. Share it on the Facebook if you can. Share it on Instagram and all of the things. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.